Hey, Facebook world. Ooh, I'm bright right now. I just had to hop on really quick and make this video. I know it seems so silly, but I'm just overwhelmed with something that my husband said to me earlier, and I need to share. I need to share what's been going on. I need to share the positives, not just the negative. And so while I'm cooking, that's right, and my chicken is in the oven, and James will probably walk in the door any minute from work, but I wanted to hop on, right? So y'all know I've been having seizures and things like that, and life has just, as I know it, completely changed, okay? But James said to me today that I seem so much happier, right? I seem so much happier right now. And it really stuck with me. I heard that and I felt it, and I said to myself, like, what is the difference? Okay, it's not going from being busy to doing nothing. That's not it. For some people that might make them happy, but I'm not one of those. I am super social. I am super active. If y'all can't tell, as soon as I found out I could make videos on Facebook, I've been making videos like crazy. But going from working full-time to not is not something that boosts me up. If anything, that normally slumps me down, that all of a sudden change and not having things to do. So I'm like, what is it? I loved working with the kiddos. I love kids. I loved everybody I worked with, so it's not a career change. It's not I don't have anything to do. And on top of that, I'm having seizures, like that no one can explain. We're finding more and more support as we go, but I'm like, what is it that I've consciously done or that has changed with me that would make me feel and come across happier, especially to my husband, who y'all know deals with me every day, right? And it's perspective, okay? I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's perspective, and it's staying grateful. Let me say before, and anybody that watches this, I am not trying to toot my own horn. I am not trying to say, I'm staying positive, I'm staying grateful, and this and that. It's a struggle, okay? But I just really strongly felt like I needed to share it because I'm actually in a place, walking through a place of difficult things happening, and I'm in the storm, so to speak, of everything changing. Hi, baby. I just saw you jumped on. Because I'm in that spot right now, I think is why I feel the need to share it at the moment. Not retrospect, looking back, not wisdom from down the road. Like right now, what am I doing that has me in such a happy place at the moment? And this is what I've come up with. Other than literally, guys, I can't do anything without the Lord's strength. I can't. When I try, things go bad, it goes sour. It just goes bad, okay? But my part, right? Because we all play a part, especially in our own lives. My part of it is I've had to learn to change my mindset of how I'm looking at things. I've talked about staying grateful forever. I've heard it forever, but until you're in a spot where you really don't understand what's happening, your mindset needing to be grateful it's like a foreign concept all of a sudden. You're like, all right, let me find the fact that I did the dishes today without having a seizure is grateful. Let me see if I can take a shower without getting confused. Now those might seem like small things and I'm being sarcastic, but honestly, that's how I started. I decided one day, I got really feisty. I decided I wasn't gonna let things control my life, and I was not going to try to control things I couldn't control. And I was just gonna realize that I felt like everything was stripped away and go, well, all that's left then is me, right? In my world, like, what's left after things are stripped away? It's me. So being so uncomfortable and being so unhappy and being so like bummed out and trying to not get depressed really was a wake-up call for me of like, I gotta get back to who I am and being happy with who I am and knowing my value and my worth again. Because if everything changing means that I'm going to be so unhappy, then where was my happiness truly lying? Do you know what I mean? Like, where was it? So, yeah, I had a feisty moment where I'm like, okay, this is not okay with me. I can't let these things define who I am. I'm not that person. I'm not going to do it. So to be honest, it looked like every morning going, I'm making a list, and every time I can check something off my list, I'm going to celebrate the crap out of it. I, like, literally, y'all, I had to do the dishes on my list, okay? Celebrated the goodness out of it. Every time I did the dishes and didn't break a plate, because if y'all watched any of my past videos, I broke a plate and that almost broke me, okay? But if I didn't break something or I didn't have a moment of confusion, I celebrated it. If I did have a seizure or a moment of confusion and I still finished the dishes, boy, I really celebrated it. So it started out that small for me of I have got to start celebrating myself, celebrating the fact that I'm not going to let seizures just get me completely down. And then that appreciation had to grow into gratitude of like, I'm so thankful I actually could do that. I'm so thankful to be in a place where I don't have to be with someone 24/7. Hank, my dog. You know, I'm so thankful that we have a place that we can move into because I'm not working and we can't afford it on one income. I'm so thankful that while this does feel like it's changing my whole life, there's positives that can come out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I had to find them sometimes, but it just had to turn into that. It had to stop feeling sorry for myself, and I had to start going, you know what? I want to celebrate big successes like I'm a week without a seizure, I'm a month without a seizure, or I went on a walk today. Those are goals now. But I feel like to get to those goals, I have to celebrate the little successes up to it, right? So I had this wonderful gift. The seizures are not the gift, okay? That didn't come from Jesus. But I have this wonderful gift that I can choose to see through the seizures, and because the seizures are happening, I can look at it as a gift and go, turn this for good. I have the ability to pause. Pausing, I have found, is huge. I have been given the ability, if my mind will choose it, to pause and see this as an opportunity to find what's really important to me, what really makes me happy, what really defines who I am again. Because all too often we get going, and we get going, and we get going, and we get going, and who we are gets tangled up in what we're doing, and who we're seeing, and who we're trying to make happy, or who we're trying to live for. Honestly, I think most of my goals shifted to I need to work full time, I need to try to make a home, I need to work on trying to be a stepmom, I need to try to work on being a wife. All of these things, and the motive was because it was things I was supposed to do and I should be good at it and I'm not and I'm struggling. So all of a sudden that concept of like who I am started wilting away into almost robotics. Okay, I looked for formulas. XYZ, this will make you a good wife. XYZ, this will make you a good home, homemaker. This will make you a good employee. Like, follow this list, right? That's a dangerous place to be. Lists are awesome, okay? And there's always room for self-development and improvement at your job, at being a wife, all of those things. Okay, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you start looking for lists to define what you're supposed to do, and you're still feeling like you're not doing well at it, that's going to quickly be the gauge of how you feel about yourself. And then those lists become the determining factor of if you, who you are, is doing a good job or a bad job. That's a slippery slope. At least for me it is. Because what I have found, I should have known this forever, but I just found out, my ability to be a good wife is not following a list, is not being a robot. It's me, fully me, being who I am, getting to love James, fully who he is, and learning more and more about each other, not learning what checklist I can do to make him think I'm a good wife. Do you guys see what I'm saying? I'm using that as an example because that's one of the newest things in my life, right? But instead of doing things I think should happen, I actually can get to the core of who I am and who I was made to be. I was made to be a wife. So it's in there. I just covered it up with all of the, I'm not doing well because I didn't do this. I'm not doing well because he feels this way. I'm not doing well because I feel this way. right? So here's this beautiful opportunity I have, is to pause. Through the seizures, through the lack of control, I get to actually push the pause button. Well, I didn't push the pause button. The seizures kind of pushed the pause button on my life. And I am going to be grateful for it, and I'm determined that I'm going to soak up every second that I can of it, because I can see things clearer, I can figure out who I am a little clearer, and I can run, right? I'm going to run with it. Whether I can physically run with seizures or not, that's a different thing. But I've got goals now, and I'm getting back to who I am. So when James said, you just seem happier now, it's because of the pause. It's because of I'm feeling more like myself. And I'm not saying everything has to get stripped away to do that, right? Because you guys may go, well, golly, okay, you're telling us if you need to change your circumstances or not let circumstances affect your entire life, then just pause. Well, I can't pause, Kirby. I've got this many kids. I've got this going on. I have to work, right? I can't pause. I understand that. You can't pause. Like, you can't pause your whole life based on what's been happening here. But you can give yourself little pauses. You can, in your day, pause. You can, in your week, pause. If y'all are that busy, you typically schedule things out, or you do follow a list. I'm a list follower, right? Put it on your schedule to pause. Self-care, y'all, is so important. I'm learning how important it is. Do the little things and celebrate yourself. You have got to be able to recognize a win in your life, and not for someone else, not for your kids, but for you. What have you done? What have you accomplished that you're going to count as a win? And it might be something huge, like getting a huge promotion. It might be something huge, like having a baby. Maybe you've been trying for that. That's a huge win. It might be something small, like I got up and did my makeup today. Or it might be something small of, you know what? I got the kids to their summer camps and soccer practices on time today. That's not actually small. You did it. You're doing a good job. Like, we've got to celebrate who we are. I'm primarily talking to women, but this is for everybody, okay? Like, we have got to recognize to celebrate ourselves. And I know there could be a whole nother topic of getting so focused inward and selfish and this and that. But look, if you are celebrating yourself, you're celebrating who you are, and at the same time you're staying grateful, you're not going to fall into a selfish mindset. James just got home. You're not going to. Like, you have to, if you're constantly going, what can I be thankful for? What can I be grateful for? You start your morning with two things. One, I'm going to pause. Hey, babe. I'm going to pause, and I am determined. I'm going to write out how I'm going to celebrate myself today. And then I'm also going to write out what I'm thankful for. You're not going to end up being some crazy selfish person. My hubby's just got back. Anyway, I just went on a rant. I just felt like I was supposed to share that. You're worth taking a pause. You are. I'm praying that it does not end up being a life pause that you're forced into. But if it happens, there are different mindsets that can help you. I promise. I'm walking through it right now. This is every day, but I'm walking through it right now. So take a pause. Celebrate yourself. You are completely worth it. You will thank yourself for it. You will be happier for it. Everybody around you will be happier because you're happier. Just saying. So find a way to pause. Find a way to celebrate who you are. And be grateful. Okay? That's all I got. Love you guys. Rant done. My oven's about to go off. And I'm probably about to feed my husband uncooked chicken.
Yay!
Pray for me. Love you guys. Bye.